start making your way into the village. Riverhead's a fairly small little village. Over the space of it, there's probably only there's a couple of smaller huts where obviously people live, but in terms of like notable buildings, I guess you'd say there's the forge, which you can see as you walk into town. That's down. There's like plumes of smoke coming out the top of it. Although probably not in this hour, it's kind of starting to settle down. I would guess it's kind of on the western side of town. The sound of kind of like hammer on metal ringing in the air. There's the headsman's the headsman's home or house, which you would have been to when you first kind of rocked into town and spoken to Van. That's where Van resides. It's the largest home in the village. It's got a little like shed outside. It's got a well. It's got like their own little small garden outside. Yeah. There's a.
Although I'm assuming
next to the door, there's kind of like a crest, like a V shape that somewhat matches the thing which David grabbed. Oh my god, words escaped me. The clasp. Somewhat matches that. There's the hunting lodge, which is pretty close to a tavern. From what you guys experienced, some of you were probably in there when you first kind of rocked into town, and it's very close to a tavern. It's mostly where the hunters of the village all kind of meet up at the end of the day and share stories and have a drink of ale and such, and there's lots of trophies and that around. Probably the only other notable building would be the herbalist's, which is right down next to the riverbed, and there's kind of like a small hut with quite a small little garden. And outside that, just a big open space in the middle of the village centre. At this hour, there's very few people around, but when you first arrived, you would have seen like merchants and stuff kind of peddling their wares and picking up skins and stuff to take to the main town. What is first on your guys' priority? What are you looking at?
I'm gonna say to the party, I guess. Adrian, can you get Atlas to a comfortable bed for rest, and either myself alone or Swift can come with me to see Van about our
Is Atlas still asleep?
reporting.
I have a feeling I would have woken up. I just have taken advantage of the free piggyback ride.
Yeah. No problem. I can see Atlas to his care. I will meet you back at the lodge after you guys are finished. Swift, are you going to come with me, or did you want to assist Gabriel?
I don't think I really understand what he's doing.
I think he's reporting back to
Van on our findings.
Who's Van?
The man who gave us the mission. You were there.
No, she was not. I don't think I picked her up on my travels. I told her about the mission. Yeah. But hold on a second, Van. Didn't you say that the servant from your home was also named Van? Is that just a coincidence?
That's a good question. Give me a moment to find out the answer to that, because I forgot.
I think he was a servant in your father's house.
Do we get paid for this, or are we doing this out of charity?
No, there was definitely an agreement for gold.
Yeah, you're right. My family butler is called Van. I'll go with him.
Yeah.
Just to see if that's my butler. I don't know what he'd be doing here, though. It was a long way from Haven.
I'll meet you guys back at the hunting lodge when you guys are finished.
Okay.
And then I'll take Atlas to the hunting lodge.
Hobbling away.
So just refresh me. Sorry, a sec. Who's going where?
I shall accompany Davo. Me and David are going to see Van.
Okay.
The Van Man.
And we're getting the two magic casters to go to lick their wounds.
Yeah, man, we got fucked up there.
Other two are heading to the lodge. Okay. I guess we will start with Gabrielle and Swift. As you approach the headsman's house, again, kind of nightfall setting in, but you can see an old man with a furrowed brow. He's a human, like I mentioned. He looks to be in like kind of late 40s with sun-beaten skin and short kind of brown hair and a messy beard. Swift, this will be your first time seeing him. Doesn't let me think. Doesn't look the same. You don't recognize him.
Yes.
Doesn't seem to be the same person, as far as you can tell. Gabrielle, obviously, you've talked for a little while with Van before, and
Yeah.
he's sitting kind of whittling some wood and doing a Cheat and Eve impression. And as you see her approach, she's like, "Oh, you're back! Oh, that's good news."
Yes, and none worse for wear. Kind of. Is Swift still like bloodied from there, or they?
I don't know. It's kind of up to
You
you.
just
guys.
say Swift? Where
Yeah.
am I bloodied from?
Because you.
I lost 1 HP.
Yeah. All right.
Probably wounded across. I wouldn't say bloody, but probably has this slight wound across the back from when that thing
Yeah.
kind of gouged out at you. But perhaps not.
Oh, this is quite cool.
The other two members weren't quite so lucky. They're resting up at the lodge.
They're still alive, I hope.
Barely.
So it wasn't.
To be fair, that was less from the mission and more from just bad choices.
Bad choices.
Yeah, they didn't let me go on the front.
Did you manage to track the beasts?
I'm gonna pull out the head and just kind of pop it in front of him.
I bit its throat off.
That you bit its throat off?
Yeah. Because it tried to bite me, so I bit it back.
He kind of walks over to it for a bit and kind of like reaches down to pick it up, and he's like, "I've never seen one of these."
No, neither
Giant.
have I, and I've seen many a beast. It seemed to be leading the pack.
That could explain their recent change of behavior. They've never really been too much of an issue for us, as we spoke about last time. Perhaps, I don't know what this thing is. That's very odd, but that could explain it, yes.
Blood was black and like tar-like.
That's a
Yeah, and it tasted weird.
tasted weird. You travel
Yeah.
with interesting companions, Tabaxi.
This one is very useful.
It's good to hear that you found.
Yeah, I'm
something.
super strong.
Okay.
Like, if we would have an arm wrestle, I'd smash you. Guaranteed.
He's gonna- Perhaps another day. You'll be wanting your payment, of course. And kind of rustle for a coin pouch, as you've done us a great service. Opens it.
$2 whole.
He goes, "You've got an extra member, I see. Seems fair." And kind of, here's some extra coins. Ding, 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 ding. Get jingled in it. As agreed, there's 30 gold each for the job. Hands over a pouch.
You'll give the 30 gold to Swift. No, you'll give her the 30 for her, 30 for Agent, and he'll keep the 60 and keep the 30 for Atlas.
So it's
Separate.
60 each, basically. The sage just like splits them in half, more or less. Passes out the coins.
Man,
How much each? You said 30 each, right?
It's 30 each, but you're saying that you split it between the two of you, right?
Yeah.
we take 60 each.
So you've got
60 each, yeah.
As I grab these coins off him,
They do not look familiar to you.
I was about to say, yeah. Do they look like things here?
I mean,
Like, these are
gold, which is really weird because Haven traded in Electrum.
yeah.
You wouldn't really carry gold.
Is this like local currency?
No.
Only useful for this little town, or what am I supposed to do with this?
Say most places in the fall would accept it. Elfheim, and he sees like you're kind of like half ears, I guess. Perhaps not in Elfheim. I haven't travelled there much myself.
Neither have I. Where's Alfheim?
She's not
Quite
from around
far-
here.
Okay, from the mainland, Faerun, perhaps.
We don't know.
No, I'm from Haven.
Not sure where that is. Sorry. Well, perhaps the people at Elfheim would be able to tell you how to get to Haven. It's quite a ride north, though. It's if you follow the Fool's Road, and you follow that, it's maybe a week or two's ride. We've got horses. Month on foot, perhaps.
That sounds like a really long way away.
I mean, it's a large continent. But if you could commandeer or come across an airship, perhaps you could get there faster, but that would cost you most of what I've just paid you.
Oh, thanks.
So, okay.
And you reckon anywhere will take these coins?
That should be the case. Yes. Yes, of course. Again, you've done us a great service. I'll speak to Stalia and she'll put you up for the night. I assume you're staying.
Yeah, we do need to rest. We haven't had a
Proper rest.
proper night's rest in a comfortable bed in a few days.
In a wee while.
We'll make sure to take care of you. Oh, last thing. You didn't happen to come across a hunter, did you?
Gabriel will pull out the brooch and say he did not make it either. He was at the bottom of a feeding pit.
Oh. Arbor was a good man.
His mutt survived.
Tug, I believe it was. So proud
Tug,
of that
yeah.
dog.
Yes, Tug. Tug we found trying to pick a fight with an owlbear.
Not the smartest dog, but very loyal, fierce companion.
I believe he's currently with our other two companions. We'll return him to the other hunters. Perhaps he will find a new owner.
I'm sorry to hear this, but it is nice knowing that, well, it's better than us sending out people to try to find him. His house is just on the outskirts of town. I'm sure he wouldn't mind. If you found anything of use in there, I'm sure he'd be fine with you taking it for your travels.
Did he have no family?
No, he came to us, would have been 3-4 years ago or such. He travelled quite a bit. He was quite a learned man, but he proved himself an adept hunter. I think this type of lifestyle agreed with him more than his work at Arcades. He was a good man, and I just wish he'd gone out with more of our hunters and not alone. But how would we have known? Thank you again. Make sure to stop by the inn. And again, thank you. Kind of turns to walk inside.
A bow and take his leave.
In the meantime, you guys in the lodge walk in. Make sure around here.
How long would they have taken at the headsman's? Sorry, at Van's place.
It's probably only 10, 15 minutes or so, I would imagine.
Okay, I'd still be in the lodge then.
Okay. Yeah. As you walk in, there's I'll drag these guys across here, I guess. Oop. I can see what's happening.
When you arrive at the lodge, you will see Aegean kind of sitting outside. I'm assuming there'll be some sort of seating arrangement, and he'll be sitting there smoking his pipe weed. Hello, friends. Hello, friends.
An actual pipe.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Getting into character. As we were walking back to the lodge, I would have turned to Gabriel. So, where you're from, they use these coins as well?
Do they use gold in Alfheim? Said they didn't, right? Or
gold's definitely got value there.
yeah, I'll just kind of nod and say, yeah, this is what I'm usually paid in.
Yeah, to just I guess clarifying that. In terms of like trading, like it's not like you only deal your people deal with all sorts of all sorts of contractors, right? So like any kind of payment is utilized. But in terms of actual Alfheim, like gold has value there, but it's not necessarily the same as like regular coin. There's all sorts of different type of trade.
Yeah. That's more of like a universal thing, like.
Yeah, like if you had something of value there, like a skin might be more useful there than it would be elsewhere, I guess, if people saw more value in it. All sorts of things.
But across the continent, like gold would
definitely
gold is more would be the more used. Yeah, it just kind of informs Swift that gold is the best thing to have if you ever need to rent a room or get anywhere.
Okay.
As you guys are getting closer to me, while closer to Aegean, you'll be seeing him with his pipe, but also polishing up a nice ring. And by this stage, I'll have cleaned it all off, and I'll be polishing the gemstone. So is it a manly-looking ring or is it a feminine-looking ring? Like that. What I'm meaning is, like, for instance, does it look more like the 3 rings that were given to the elves, or does it look more like the dwarven style rings? You know, is
that a man ring or a woman's ring? All right,
I don't know. You decide. It is a golden-looking ring, and it has like a what do you call it? Like where it would normally have a gemstone, it's like gold and with all these little purple rivets and stuff that go all around it.
Can I do an Arcana check on it just to
go for it?
Basically, trying to investigate and make sure that there's.
Sounds feminine to me.
Yeah.
Is that Arcana 21? Is it?
Yeah, 21. Yeah.
This is definitely magical.
Definitely magical. As Swift starts approaching, my young lady, I found a pretty little ring in the cave we were just in, and I can't think that it definitely does not belong to me, as I was hiding in the carcass of that wolf back there. What do you think? This pretty little thing, do you think it would look good on your finger? And he puts it out to give you the ring. You did pretty much defeat most of those creatures in there.
She's gonna look at you like all wide-eyed. You're gonna give me a ring?
Yes, you earned it. If it wasn't for you and Gabrielle, is it Gabrielle? Yeah. If it wasn't for you and Gabrielle,
like a little bit red at that, like,
a beautiful treasure for a beautiful young lady.
Yeah, totally grooming.
And then
thank you.
And then he basically flicks it up in the air for you to catch it.
Yep. I will take that ring.
Gotcha.
Oh wow. I'll definitely need to remember to tell my father about this when we see him.
Oh, just to make sure I'm not too sure what the customs are over here. But that was a ring of friendship. There, in my home country, when you give a ring, sometimes women they get the wrong idea and they think that you're wanting them to wed for the rest of your life. I don't agree with such things. I believe in rings of friendship.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
he's giving you
where
a
I come from, when
ring
when a
of
man gives a lady
friendship.
a ring, that means he owns her from now on.
Oh no, definitely not. You're
Jesus.
definitely connected through love and friendship. But you
Did you?
deserve to have a far younger man in your life than an old senile old fella like me.
Oh, you don't look that old.
Jesus.
And I will blush and stand up. Now, I would like to run a couple of errands. Anyone? Oh, did we receive the payment the from the man? Van man?
Gabriel will walk over and Atlas 30 gold.
Sweet, I will actually chuck that in there while I remember.
He's probably looking at the conversation between Swift and Aegeon with his mouth open, his eyes wide, going, "What in living hell is there? Is, I've never seen so much sexual tension between two grown men on one screen."
Alright, I need to, so I'm heading off to do some errands. Does anyone want to come to the forge or the herbalist?
Yeah, I'll come both, please. We got enough time, or does everything close up during the night wait?
You can go have a look. It's not night time yet. It's like very.
We've heard the tinking of the forge, so we know that they're there.
You have a ring on your person. I guess looking inside the Hunter's Lodge for anyone who was inside. I'm not sure if you guys end up going in or if you're just dealing outside. There's a woman which some of you might recognize as being Stalia, which is Van's wife. And there's a very portly, large man sitting in a corner just chugging ale as you go. But you're heading off to...
Stalia, you said. What was the Van's wife?
Stalia.
Stalia. Alright. Cool. Sweet. So, so we're heading off to the forge?
We head off to the forge.
I'm good.
Go. Alright, so we'll just be walking down the road and... so entrance to the forge, is that kind of an open plan or do you go into a building?
Yeah, no, it's like... Yeah, it's like a roof over the top, but it's open
But
plan.
open plan, kind of like Iron Age sort of style.
You can see
hello.
from there the giant Goliath man you dealt with a pair of giant tongs pulling stuff out of the...
That's right, it was Tor, wasn't it? Tor. Hello, good sir. Hello, good sir. Tor, was it?
He just kind of looks at you and Ish comes over and
right.
you can see him. Sorry, give me 1 sec. You see Ish kind of wipe some sweat and like soot from his face. It's like, oh, good sirs, you made it back okay.
Yeah, you look like you need a little break, my friend. Tell me, I'm not too sure if my fellow travelers here what they're interested in, but I'm asking, do you have a small scrap of iron or precast iron for sale? How much would something like that set me back?
Precast iron. Yeah, I mean.
As a iron ore, before it's molded
You mean-
into.
You mean like an
the ore
ingot?
or the bar?
Or the ore. The ore.
Ore.
All I need is the ore, I believe. Let me just
Okay.
double check on that.
I'm sure we could sort you out with that.
Yeah. But look, don't need too much. But tell me, do you guys must have a metal file here as well. Is there any chance I might be able to?
File. I mean, we could make you one.
How much? Yeah, well, I only need to be say half a foot, just for small. If I need to, basically make some iron dust, or if I find any precious gems, I could be able to, shape them and sculpt them, just for that nature.
So that would be 10. And as he's saying that, Tor just like walks over and puts him on the shoulder. He's like, "We're all friends here.
Ah,
So we can take care of that." And you can see that
I see you honor the time-old tradition of mates, rates. Ah,
Yeah, don't push it too much. We've still got a business to run. But you can see like the tourniquet has like a little bit of blood still showing through. But you can see that those herbs have kind of been replaced, and it looks like it's kind of healed up all right. There's no like infection that's coming around the wound. So we can take care of that for you, of course. Yeah, that's no problem. I'm so glad that you've survived. And is Swift here as well?
I think do we all?
yeah.
I just kind of follow.
yeah, I
everyone
think that
else.
it was the whole group, and I'm gonna be having, and I'm assuming little Tug is with me the whole time now, kind of just following.
Yeah, he's just like stealing
Yeah.
glances at Swift. Like, I'm glad.
All right, cool. All right, so how much will a small scrap?
That's right.
Ish, yes.
Yeah. He'd probably notice that I'm wearing a rather lavish ring. Well, actually, does he notice that I'm wearing a rather lavish ring?
Did you just put on the ring?
Huh?
Are you wearing?
Yeah.
You can hear this voice in your head going, "Ah, let me out! I'm dead!" Ah! While you're wearing this, nobody else can hear this. This is just Swift. You can hear screaming.
Oh no!
Saying what?
"Ah, I'm dead! Let me out! Oh God! Ah!" Just constantly screaming in your head.
Yeah, she'll be wearing the ring.
So
Does he notice that the ring is? Does he notice that I'm wearing the ring?
yeah, are you holding out your hand to show the ring?
No, I'm just sort of talking normally with as people
Yeah, as
do.
he's stealing glances, he kind of. He's like, oh. I thought perhaps. No, it's nothing. It's nothing.
Oh, my ring. Yeah, Adrian gave it to me.
Oh.
He likes giving me expensive gifts, apparently.
Oh, and he's gonna like slowly turn his head to look to Tor, and Tor's gonna be slowly looking back to him. It's like,
She saved our lives, and I was hiding in a in a carcass. It's not very fair of me to keep a treasure like that. Isn't it such a beautiful ring?
For a beautiful girl, that's what he said.
Beautiful ring for a beautiful girl. So, sorry, Ish. The price
Tor like
of
puts his hand on your shoulder and like tries to pull you aside.
Oh, hey, I'm trying to figure out how much this is going to cost me, and I'm going to need to count out my pennies and my silvers and my golds. That takes quite a while.
Is it normal where you're from? He's whispering at this point. Is it normal where you're from to proposition a child?
No. She's just a friend. And I don't think she has much. So, share and share alike. I'm sure she'll find me some great books, and she's definitely helped me with some amazing experiences out there in the wild. So
experiences. Is this
yes.
true, Swift? Are you just friends? He hasn't. You're in a safe space. If he's done.
Hold on a second.
Has he
Do
done
you think
anything inappropriate to you?
Look at me. Hey, what? I'm starting to think I do not want your service. This kind of accusation is. Can't an old man be traveling through the wilderness with somewhat of a freakishly strong, beautiful young lady, and not be accused of such unholy things?
Like
Could
I
you
said,
please,
we're
Thor?
all
Could you?
friends here, and we just want to make sure that our friend, looking at Swift, is safe.
Can't you
and
see the
okay.
smile
Yeah,
on her face?
I am super strong.
Super okay.
She could break me like a twig if I tried to do anything. Anyway,
I'm
He's
gonna
got
take
to
him.
relax a
I'm-
bit. He's like, still
We're traveling together. I'm gonna take him to meet my father.
I'm traveling through the land, as you guys know, just recording all of the great things that this beautiful land has to offer.
You're just gonna hear, I will never understand city folk.
Still trying to figure out how much the small file and a small iron ore will cost me.
We'll take care of it for you.
Oh, it's for free?
Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't. I don't even know if Tor would have made it back.
I humbly apologize. Thank you very much, my friends. You have given me amazing service, and thank you for your concern for the young one. But to be honest, she could probably beat us all up. And he's gonna chuckle and just kind of hang back.
As long as you're okay, to Swift. Once more. Do you guys need anything else while you're here, other than a?
I'll lead in. I'll just say,
file?
really quietly, so the others can't hear. I'll say, do you know anything about rings?
Ring? I mean, a jeweler is probably the better place, but what do you need to know?
What's a jeweler?
Like someone that makes jewelry, like amulets and rings and stuff like that.
Oh no, this one's talking to me. Is that normal now? Where you guys come from? Oh, okay.
What do you mean talking to you? Is it talking to you now? Ah! Just screams.
Yeah, it's talking. It's just kind of talking about its feelings.
You might want to get that checked out.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Gabriel's gonna wait.
She
What was
said
the big
that
one?
she said that quietly, didn't she, Swift?
Whispering that, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
so I wouldn't have heard because I'm kind of slightly
Tor
deaf.
the big man?
Tor is a very big man, yes.
Okay. He's gonna walk up to him and kind of present his crossbow and say, "Can you maybe service this a bit? It let me down a little bit. Seems like the mechanism wasn't firing a couple of times. I don't know. And I might need some more bolts as well."
Go turn to Tor to Ish, and he's like, it's actually pretty well designed, to be honest. Like bolts, sure, we can definitely take care of that. That's part of what we do. I mean, we make weapons. If you want a bow, we can take care of that. Crossbows are not exactly our forte, I'd say, but
She just needs a clean and a service.
yeah, of course. We can probably heal this up a bit and kind of like goes around and like check some of the latches and all that kind of stuff over it.
As I said, it jammed up a couple of times trying to shoot these beasts, and he kind of shows him the head a little bit, like kind of.
What the fuck is that? That's the beast. We saw that out there, remember? To Tor, and he just kind of like nods along, and he's like that. When there was 3 of them on us, and then that thing we saw that it was like 100 feet away, and it was just sitting on a rock. Nice work, fucking hell!
I bet it's thrown off.
Yeah, the girl.
It sounds like Van finally paid out for some professionals. That's really good to fucking hear. Okay, cool. Yeah, we can service that. That's no problem. You're saying it's locking up sometimes. I'm sure we can.
Yeah, a couple of times when
we could
took a shot at the beast, it locked up and
I mean
didn't shoot properly. Maybe
catered to that. Have you ever thought about carrying like a smaller one just in case, so if something goes wrong, you can still. I don't know. No, not for you.
No, this is my father's crossbow.
Okay, all right. Yeah, we can take care of this. Regular service, and we can sort that for you if you. and a couple of bolts. I'm sure he's gonna look around. There's like just bins of like weaponry and stuff, and he's like, yeah, we can sort some of that as a thank you. If you want proper work done, that is gonna set you back.
No, nothing serious. Just a quick
Yeah,
clean and oil. We'll do fine.
Anything else I can do for the rest of you? He's gonna beckon over to Atlas and
I've got some items to sell if you're interested.
to sell. Yeah,
Yes.
of course. I mean, we are
Whilst you guys are doing that, I'm just doing tricks with my dog.
I've got a set of leather armor that I don't need.
Yeah, we are mostly a blacksmith, but we can
this could
chuck
be
some
even.
studs in this and then sell it off, I guess.
Yeah, that's fine.
Something out of it.
I'm happy to take, maybe 10 gold.
10 gold.
I'm just reading the cost of it on the actual D&D deal. It says 10 gold.
Yeah, you might be able to get away with that in like Arcades, but this is literally a hunting village. Skins and leather's not the hardest thing to come by.
True. Yeah, this will be fun. While holding
Negotiations.
the leather, I'm going to
Old value.
mutter under my breath, Distort Queen Valorium, and I am going to.
Is that under your breath? Would I have heard that, Ben? Or
No, you're playing with your dog, mate.
oh fuck!
And I am going to. I don't actually know what. Anyone examining the object obviously can do the thing, but it makes it look pretty.
You ask him to have another look as you hold it up and spin it around.
Yeah, I'm just like, but it's such a nice piece of leather. I mean, surely it's worth a little bit. Maybe not 10 gold, but at least a few gold.
Look at my leather. Is it amazing?
My leather's amazing.
What's your spell save DC?
13.
30. Oh. He rolled a 16 with a plus.
Oh, that's
zero,
right.
Just FYI.
With a +7.
With +0.
Oh, +0.
He's gonna look at it and he's be like, I mean, 10's way too steep, man, for here. I'll give you 5 for it.
Yeah, sweet.
You take 5 for it?
I'll take 5 for it.
You can turn this into some brigandine or something like that, maybe make a couple of dollars. For the record, we wouldn't usually buy this, but, kind of owe you guys a little bit. Don't push your luck too hard.
Oh no, I understand where you're coming from. It's purely, as you can see, and I show him all of my cuts and scratches and bruises. I basically just need to pay for medical treatment.
Are you sure you don't want some armor?
Nope. Positive.
No? Obviously, what you have is definitely working. You say it's just mangled.
Realistically, I collided with the cliff. That's why I look like this.
Okay.
At that point, seeing that, is it Tor or Ish who yelled that out?
It's Issues talking. Tor hasn't said a single thing the entire time.
It's gonna catch. What about I don't wear armor, but I have to admit some of those feisty fellows definitely did try to bite me. What about some some metal arm plates, arm things, just in case things bite me, I can, they bite me and they'll bite my arm or something like that. How about that? I'm just wondering, do they have them in D&D? Like
Greaves?
Greaves?
Braces.
Oh, braces.
Braces.
I mean, that would literally be the fucking. Isn't there braces of armor or something, or is that fucking Pathfinder?
Braces of defense and braces of archery.
Yeah, we could make you some burnished leather or something that you could have around, so that you've still got a bit of movement for all your little wizardry shit. But most of the beasts out here, I don't know. Most of the beasts out here, shy of walking around wearing chain. I think most of them will just bite right through it.
Bite right through. Oh, no, fair enough. Fair enough. It was just a question.
We can probably make it for you. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. Why not?
Okay. One sec. I'm gonna set us back. I'll look around.
5,000.
You're assuming that these are braces of defense. I mean, yeah, like, to be honest, we just had some leather come through. We can probably turn that into braces.
Oh,
10 gold.
10 gold.
10 gold, we could.
Oh yeah, I will. At this point, I'll be like, oh, and then she'll pull out a sack and she'll give it to Adrian.
Oh,
This is our payment for doing that quest or whatever.
are you sure? Are you sure you don't want to? Oh,
I mean,
And
this
you-
is your share.
this is my
To be
share. Yeah.
fair.
Sorry, I thought I already got that. Okay.
No, I gave the half, my half to Atlas.
Ah, cool. Ah, yes. Okay. Cool. Yep. Sweet.
So you have
Thank you.
plus 30 gold on whatever it is that you originally
Thank-
had. So you should have 40, I think.
Thank you very much. I suppose 10 gold seems to be fair, seeing that you're giving me some iron ore and that file for free. So yes, 10 gold. Here we go. And he'll
Cool.
pass you over the 10 gold.
We'll have it ready for you tomorrow. That's not a problem.
All right, 10 gold. Remove.
I just turned to Gabriel and pass him my light crossbow and 20 bolts.
All the gifts.
I don't need them. It's just clearing up.
He'll just kind of look at you and kind of pat his own crossbow, and this is all I need.
Didn't you give it to the blacksmiths?
The larger.
I'm sure they finished their service,
did you
right?
not want a proper service? I have it ready for you by morning.
Oh, okay.
Are you guys, you people want to follow me to the herbalist?
I do. I mean, if David doesn't want this crossbow, I'm just gonna
So fucking
offer it to the blacksmiths if they want it.
For free.
He'll just he'll refuse your hand crossbow.
It's a light crossbow.
Sorry, light crossbow. Yeah.
That's right. Do you want the bolts?
Yeah, I'll take the bolts. Oh, why not?
Bolts are yours.
Did you need anything? Oh, she's very quiet.
Swift needs to
asking me?
chaperone.
Yeah.
No. Just wanted to find out about the ring.
As you turn to leave, presumably.
Yep.
Gabriel, how are you holding the hides?
The hides.
Yeah. Are they like
They'll be
rolled up, or are they inside your backpack, or?
They'll be just rolled up inside the backpack, I guess.
Oh, we could. Is that night beast, like, as you're kind of walking off? Are those night beast hides?
He kind of stops and pauses and turns around and says, "Yeah, I managed to skin one of the beasts."
That's we could do something with that.
What
Or
sort
we could
of
buy it off you. You want to sell it? Seems like pretty keen.
Yeah. How much are you looking at paying for something valuable like
He'll
this?
walk over to like the equivalent of a medieval cash register. Start pulling out the coins, and he's like, "Give you 100 gold, right here, right now. That's good money."
That is good money.
100 gold. Ooh.
We'll think about it. He'll
Take it or leave it.
take it or leave it.
I want to know what the hell these skins do now.
He will. Would you consider letting me decide when I return tomorrow for my crossbow?
Then it will be 50.
Make me in persuasion.
4.
4. I mean, it's 100 gold today. Might be 50 tomorrow. You know, we got buyers. We got people that are looking for stuff. And yeah, bring it back tomorrow.
As a knowledgeable hunter, would I know exactly how valuable these hides are? On like the open market, I guess.
Roll me nature. I will say that you know a displacer beast hide is worth a fuck ton.
Yeah.
These aren't quite the same as you probably guessed.
9.
And that's probably what you do know. So potentially
worth more.
You wouldn't know like the value of it. You know your night beast hide is you know, like sorry, you know a displacement cloak is worth, you know, fucking 1,000 gold, maybe more. Even with the fucked up market that is the fall. These aren't quite the same, as you know, but you've seen some of these properties when you've been out fighting these things. This might suggest that they could definitely be useful. It's nice looking coat if nothing else. But in terms of like knowing its kind of monetary value, you wouldn't be sure this is the first time you've encountered them. And you haven't seen any in your travels. You haven't seen anybody wearing one of these either.
Right. I will just say I'll just say I think I'll hold on to this this hide. It might send it back home with the family.
Okay, you change your mind. There's no. If you're gonna have somebody work on it though, make sure you have somebody real good working on it. You don't want to ruin that any more than it's. They're not the best cuts, let's be honest. They're alright. You guys did an okay job, but anyway, all the best.
Thank you.
Gotcha.
Whilst that conversation's
Fucking
been going, been going, can I attempt to teach Tug playing dead with the animal handling?
Yeah, roll some animal handling. 12. Yeah, I can just imagine you sitting there going bang, and he's just looking up at you, staring at you.
I'm thinking that might actually come practically. So is that okay that he learns that? Alright. Cool. So
He's kind of getting it. I wouldn't say
he's
he's learned it by yet.
Okay, cool.
Trying to get
Sweet.
the idea of like you pointing out.
There would be some impressive teaching if you're teaching him that in like 2 minutes.
One go, yeah.
That's true. I'll keep trying, and then
I'm the stray dog that you've just picked up.
pushing the envelope. All right. So is everyone finished here? Shall we? I would like to head to the herbalist. Thank you.
I think I want to head to the hunting lodge, perhaps.
Oh, good mates. Well, I'll see you there in a short while.
I'll take along with you.
You will ask Adrian, would you be able to pick me up a couple of healing potions while you're there?
Healing potions? Yep.
Bitch, you don't want to come, but you want to fucking ask for shit?
Oh, it's okay, Swift. That's okay. I don't mind getting.
No, she doesn't say that. She definitely does not say that.
What price were you willing to pay up to?
I mean,
I don't want to.
They're about 20 gold each. If I give you 50, can you try and drive the price down and get as much back to me as possible?
Okie dokie. Yep, I'll do my best. and I will head. I'm assuming it's just across the street, Wade.
Yeah, it's like the village itself is kind of spread out a bit, but it doesn't take too long to get there.
No.
It's actually a little bit further out of town. There's like a little house right now down next to the river.
So I'm gonna just head down there.
Side.
Any interesting? I'm just looking at the place. You said, is there like a herb garden there? Is there like plants growing?
Yep.
Quite interesting.
Yeah. This would definitely interest you, I imagine.
Oh.
There's all sorts of colors. These are.
On a record, I'll be with him.
You're with him as well? Yeah.
I'm there as well.
There's all
Okay,
sorts of
okay.
shit. There's big, tall kind of plants which you haven't really seen before. There's a lot of like blooming flowers, but they're all different colors to what you normally come across. Some of them are almost like multicolored.
Ooh, this is absolutely fascinating.
There's
Ah, do you?
definitely some herbs you recognize as being, some stuff which you recognize as potentially being dangerous.
Yeah.
It's all sorts of shit.
So sweet.
It's
Oh,
definitely-
I definitely won't take up too much time, but I would love to come here and study. Well, Swift, do you have these sorts of herbs and spices and all these things growing where you come from?
Would they be the kind of things that I would no, I don't know that I would really recognize plants anyway. Is there any very obvious plants around that I would notice?
that would match what you've had. What you've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's probably like, I'm just trying to think of like regular plantation which you would have come across. Like some of it looks like some of it is dangerous. I will say some of it is what do they call it? Is it death cap mushrooms and stuff?
Death cap mushrooms.
Yeah, like you're walking over and you're like, you've seen those ones before from when you've been kind of like going cave exploring and shit like that.
Oh yeah.
And you've been told by either your friends or maybe some of the family. Butler or whatever it might be, basically saying, "Hey, don't touch that. Don't touch that.
Okay.
Don't touch that." And there's like some nightshade and such around there as well. It's almost most of that stuff almost seems to be in one particular area of this garden.
Yeah.
It's almost separated down the middle where the path cuts through to the small hill.
Yeah.
Look. Yeah.
So I'd be like, I recognize some of this stuff. There's some things in here that smell familiar, but I don't think I've ever seen them before.
Interesting. Looking at the building, is there lights on? Like, are we still early evening?
Evening's starting to settle down a bit.
But is there a light?
Yeah.
Like, there's movement. There's.
Yep,
I'm not just
lights
gonna
on
bust
inside
into.
and such
Yeah.
like that.
Hello. Sorry to come so late in the days.
You just hear like stuff moving behind the door, and then there's somebody opens the door, and it's this middle-aged woman. She's got like auburn locks and stuff like that, a couple of small scars and such over her, especially around like the hands, and you can probably assume that that's from toiling the fields or the garden and such there. Because
Oh, bubble, toil and trouble. She's a fucking witch.
Hello, ma'am. We do not wish to trouble you so late in the evening, but we were just wondering, do you have any herbs and potions and things up for sale?
Kind of looks up to the sky as you say that. It's getting quite late. Sorry, herbs and potions. Yeah, of course. What herbs do you need? Potions? Are you healing?
Well, the first thing is we do have another fellow that's asked me to pick up some healing potions. How much do you sell your healing potions for?
What type of potency are you looking for?
Oh, like let's just say like if you've been knocked down really hard and you're feeling like you can't get back up and run, gives you a boost and makes you able to run again.
Okay, so you want something that will...
That sounds like a stamina potion.
From the brink of death to the point where they can...
No. You know how sometimes you get like your horse rear ends you, it gives you a kick and you feel winded and you're like leaning over and you can't run straight away. You know, it's just small amount of damage.
Are you asking for spice? Because you really shouldn't be asking for that around here.
No, okay, never mind.
I think he's after a health potion.
A health potion, just to give you a little boost. I'm not meaning if you've got your arm cut off and you're mangled. I'm meaning like if you've just had a small hit and you just need a...
means just something to make you feel better when you've had a rough day.
There you go. Sometimes my words get away from me.
These guys really suck at fighting.
She is correct. She's correct.
So just to make sure we're on the same page, you just want something that'll close up your wounds.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you said, that it will get you up from death's door and have you sprinting away.
No, I wasn't meaning Death Star. I was like,
I can make one of those. It might take me a while, but I can make one of those. Yeah, sure. I mean, of a light variety, sure. Yeah, we've got those. I've got. So you kind of like just wait here a moment. Kind of steps inside the house and you can hear things crashing around. He goes, I've got 3, 4. Ooh. Okay, that one. The labels come off that one. I have 3, and I believe this is one. And holds up one. It just looks a little bit darker than the others. How many do you need?
Well, how much do they cost?
They are usually. How many are you wanting? Because I would like to get rid of some of these.
Let's say I could go with, say, I don't know, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Wow.
9? I don't have that many, but if you want to bring up more business, I mean, most of these, I need to be clear, these are just common types, but these will set you back about 20 gold each.
That might be
multiple. Perhaps I could do them for 15 or so. You can have this one cheap, and she holds up that one.
How about 4 for 50?
4 for 50. God, you're trying to rob me. I'm already offering you.
Oh, I don't mean to try and rob you. It's not my money. I'm just trying to get a good deal for my friend. So I definitely don't want to push. I'm not very good with this haggling thing. I've got 50 gold.
How much gold did he? He gave you 50.
Yeah, he gave me 50 gold. How many potions can I get for 50?
I'll tell you what. You can have these 3, and she holds up the 3 regular ones, and you can have this one as well.
Awesome. I will be buying for myself as well. So we got. All right, so that's 4 to get back to Dave.
It's nice to have.
Technically, it's 3 and a random one.
3 and a random potion.
3 and a random potion. Random.
Figure out what that is later.
Okay. Now I was after. I love nature. I love your garden. Do you have? I would love to study. Obviously, I don't have much time now because we're going back to the lodge. But is there any plant, any herbs that reduce poison or reduce or get rid of poison if you've been if a snake or a spider? Do you have any herbs like that? I'm just trying to learn that maybe I can find them in nature as well. So any kind of like guides or anything like that. If you have any parchment of any healing medicine or anything like that, I'm happy to buy it from you.
I mean, it depends what type of poison. Like, are we talking something you've consumed or something?
Oh, I'm talking more. There have been a couple of creatures that had these barbs that inject poison, what looks like through the skin. So
perhaps comfrey?
Or
pennyroyal, maybe?
Pennyroyal.
Yeah, it seems to when you get stung by them, it seems to
royal
like make you a bit disorientated. Like it's hard to see things clearly.
Hard to see.
Oh, true.
Kingsfoil would probably cater to that specifically.
The Ephelis plant.
Isn't that a weed?
Yes,
Doesn't mean
pipe
it's
weed.
not useful.
And do you have any of that herb there that I might be able to make into a poultice?
Yes, of course. Just over in the garden, she kind of like walks out, wearing this like white and red kind of bottom, I guess, and kind of bends over and just takes a very, very small cutting. How much do you need? You can hand you over a little bit if you want to plant it and grow it yourself.
Oh, awesome. And do you have? Would you have any writings or anything that I might be able to borrow just for the night, just to make some notes? The last thing I want to do is, But if you do have any information that I might, I'm happy to pay you a hireage fee if you would like.
I mean, you could. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you could leave something of value.
Okay, well, I've got.
I'd be surprised if you can get through it the night though. And she walks in and just walks out with this fucking book of plants about this fucking big.
How about 10 gold for the for a small handful of this king's foil, and for hiring the book for a night.
That sounds reasonable enough. You can, yeah, of course.
Cool. Let's go 10 gold. Boom. Alright. Thank you very much, ma'am. And if you don't mind, my friends would probably like something from you as well. And I will just make some marvelous drawings of your fine garden. And
She hands
I'll...
over this book and it weighs about 10 fucking pounds. Yeah.
And I'm going to basically sit down and draw in my book whilst kind of thumbing through pages of her book out and kind of next to her garden.
Is there anything else I can help with?
Swift, do you need anything?
Are you a jeweler?
A jeweler?
Yeah.
You'd be lucky to
I've
find
got a
one
ring.
here. You got a ring? No, jewelers would probably one. I think there's one in Rook. Otherwise, Arcades is bound to have one. It's probably the closest.
Arcades.
Arcades, yeah. It's not far from here. We're literally in the forest. It's probably only a few days' walk.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, you can just hear. Ah! Ah!
And I need some health potions as well, please.
Health potions. Well, he's just bought my last. I can offer you a stronger one.
Sure. What's the stronger one?
That'll set you back 50 gold. For that.
Yeah, right.
Is it? Wow. Okay, that was an easier sale than I was expecting. Just like,
Oh shit.
I'm just gonna hold the
if you guys are and she's like looking at your wounds and stuff like that, have you ever thought about just taking a healer's kit rather
Do you-
than potions?
I do theoretically like instant gratification rather than delayed gratification, but how much is a healer's kit worth? I mean, if you threw a healer's kit in, I would.
Yeah, I mean, it's usually 5. Yeah, I can toss one of those in, and it kind of brings out this little case. It's only about this big. As you open it up, it's just got like little vials and like little fucking remedy things all through it. It's like that's
Like a first aid kit from the medieval times.
yeah.
Nice.
So,
Alright. What
if
health
you're
potion did
constantly
you give
finding
me?
yourself in this state, this is probably a better way to deal with that rather than chugging down a potion every time you get hit.
I think the potion's more for emergencies when I'm being dragged away by a ferocious monster, and
Well, that sounds terrible.
I've got the scars to prove it. I lift my leg up to show all the teeth marks.
Oh Jesus! Poor guy.
Wait, how would you drink it if you're being dragged away?
Well, hopefully I'd drink it before I went into combat.
Oh, each their own.
Right.
I might. I've got dinner on the stove. I might get that done unless you guys.
I've got dinner as well,
Are
mate.
you talking in real life?
I was meaning in game, but yeah, obviously it's getting pretty close to.
Yep.
Is
Well,
there anything else
thank-
you guys need?
Thank you, ma'am.
Wait. Do you have any kind of drink that would make me bigger? Because this man here made me big, and I like being big.
He also called you beautiful and gave you a ring.
He did do that, yeah.
It's just gonna be like.
But he made sure that I knew that he doesn't own me.
Yes, thank you. Oh, well, I'm playing with my dog, so.
I don't have one prepared. Perhaps I could.
I've been told that you guys take these as payment, and she's just gonna like pour her money onto the counter.
How much is it? It's about. Is that
It's
all?
30.
It's 30.
Mm.
We could make.
I
this work.
should really be.
Yes, I could make this work. Tomorrow?
Okay.
Tomorrow, yeah, I can have one ready. That's have to put off dinner for a little bit, but I can have this ready definitely. Okay. Thank you. Her like smile is slowly getting bigger and bigger because you've basically just paid for a fucking a salary for about 3 fucking weeks.
Okay, see ya.
As I'm packing up the book and one more thing. Do you have a crushing bowl for sale?
Are you talking like a
You know,
mortar and
mixer. Yeah, mortar.
Pestle and mortar.
Pestle mortar. Yeah, pestle mortar.
Did you just say a crushing ball?
Crushing
Oh.
bowl.
I've never
Oh,
heard
crushing
of a
bowl.
crushing bowl, but if you're talking about a mortar and pestle, yes. I mean, to be honest, you can probably just make one. They're not that hard. It's literally okay. I'll see what I have.
There'd be one in the healer's kit,
What's that,
potentially. I said there could be one in the healer's kit.
There's probably tools in there. I wouldn't say a full mortar and pestle because you're talking about something like this kind of big.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bowl, and she'll pass you like a bowl and like a rock. She's like, I've only got the one. It's not something we usually sell. We don't normally come across the avid
Oh.
I was about to say naturalist. That's not the right word.
I definitely am. I love nature, being
that's
out
lovely.
in the free and clear. So yes, how much would you charge for that?
Gold, I guess, to cover the bowl.
A gold. Oh, very good. Thank you very much. And we'll give you that. And wish you a fun, fair night.
Thank you. You too. It's nice to have newcomers in town.
Wait, just quick.
Yeah.
Potion of healing, greater, superior, supreme.
Yours is a greater healing.
Thank you.
And what are David's?
Just potions of healing.
Yeah, cool.
And you have one random potion.
And I'll head back to the the journeyman, the
Getting back to
tavern,
the
Hunting lodge.
the
hunting
hunting
lodge.
lodge. Sorry.
Alright, it all comes together. Cool.
That was a nice
Um,
little bit of shopping, and now I'm going to jump into a nice big feather bed and sleep my injuries away.
Stalia sees you come back in, and she's like, "Oh, Van told me Van told me what you've done. Thank you. Come," and leads you to your rooms, and they are fucking sick. Like in terms, I would assume, for the most part, most of you haven't been in a nice bed for fucking ages. Atlas has travelled halfway across the fucking continent. I believe Gabriel, I'm not too sure what type of conditions he normally sleeps and lives in. Swift probably hasn't been since she was home. And Aegean is probably back since Faerun, I imagine. Back at the Scholars Academy. It's the first time you've had an actual proper feather bed with a feather pillow and stuff, and you just sink into it.
Nice.
Just sleep passes over you like almost fucking instantly.
Oh yeah.
Drift off.
Sweet. I
After the long
will.
resting.
I will pass. Hey, Gabriel, here's your things. I managed to get you 4 potions, 3 healing, and I'm not too sure what this other one is.
I'll take that off you and Al.
Standing creepily in the middle of the room.
So me and Gabriel are on the floor where we're used to.
I would say there's a bed in each corner, basically.
Ah, yeah, nice.
Am I gonna be distracting them if I stay up all night and make as many notes as I possibly can out of this book? Or will I need to do that in another room? Because I don't want to disturb them.
I think personally, I'm out for it. I'm asleep.
Yeah.
You're not even
No,
waking
I
me up.
pass out. I don't give a shit what you're doing.
Most
No.
people are probably exhausted. Are you working throughout the entire night, or are you
The
still trying to get
entire night. Like I might have a couple of short rests here or there just to kind of rest my eyes and stuff and do the old stretch. But I'm going to be copying every single possible thing that I can out of her book into mine.
Make me a straight intelligence roll.
I thought you were going to say roll a D1000. That's how many pages you managed to do.
Straight intelligence, the one at the top.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding? Are you serious? I'm rolling crappy tonight.
Your old man brain.
It's not the end of the world. Just write that down.
Rolled a 9. That's all good.
Cool. And all of you managed to drift off into sleep. In the night, we'll do this just before we wrap up the session, I believe.
Mm. Wait, does Swift still have that that thing screaming in his head
Yeah.
all night?
Yeah,
Yeah,
somehow
probably.
able to sleep regardless of just drowns it out somehow. You can just hear it screaming through those screams somehow. Swift, you have quite a pleasant dream actually. It's been a while since you've been in a nice bed, and that's probably something to do with it. But as you rest down and you fall back in your feathery bed, it's almost like you're being cradled. And in your dreams, you kind of look up and you're in the arms of a woman, and she seems excited to show you something. And she's almost carrying you in her arms. Her pale face that she has is kind of lit up by a bright light nearby. She kind of smiles with rosy cheeks. And you hear just like an an infantile cry, like a baby kind of crying in the background, not in like agony or anything like that, but like a regular kind of thing like that, off at the distance, and she's slowly walking you towards it, and then you just peacefully fall back to sleep after that. Cool. I think that's probably where we're going to wrap up for the night.
Sweet, sweet.
Perfect timing.
Awesome. We have almost had our first death.
We technically did have our first death.
Yeah. We'll talk about that a little bit later, Ben, if that's all good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's sweet.
And just perhaps a little bit of explanation for you. And yeah, you have discovered. We discovered the location of the hunter. That's for one thing. You've come across a very odd pool of black water. You've fought some night beasts. You've had some almost collapse. Almost had somebody die, as mentioned earlier. You've made your way back to town. You've got a new companion by the name of Tug, a little dog that seems to be slowly be getting attached to your wizard.
Pretty sure the town's waiting to stage an intervention between AGS and trying to find out
I was like,
what's happening with
hell.
this teenage female.
Aegean?
Adrian, sorry, not AGS.
No, no, it's
some of the language that is being used is perhaps set off a couple of alarm bells throughout the village. Might be whispers.
The worst thing is I'm not even meaning to do it either.
It doesn't help what Swift is saying. Yeah, I mean, hey, that might have a consequence down the track. Who knows? And yeah, but in all things considered, you're happy to be alive. You got paid for the job, although it seems as though almost all of that gold's gone already. It's been eaten up by the, everyone.
Need for healing potions, considering we have no clerical abilities.
And other supplies. You found a ring which seems to be screaming all the time, basically. You've found that perhaps those hides are worth something. And lastly, I guess you've found that the hunters have no idea what the fuck that thing is in terms of the head of that beast.
Mm.
And it seemed you definitely saw a look of concern on their eyes when they saw that, but they just seem happy that it's apparently being dealt with. Cool.
Now.
You said the lodge was staying at is kind of where the hunters are, right?
Yeah. So to be, I guess, last sort of thing. Imagine it like a tavern, but all the tavern goers are basically just the hunters after they come back from the hunt at the end of the night. They normally
is there someone? Sorry.
They normally wouldn't host a lot of people to stay there overnight. It's more like you can go hire a fucking house for that. But you guys have obviously done a bit of a service, so they've stuck you up there and made sure you're well fed and treated too. Yeah, what were you going to ask? Sorry.
Was there someone interested in that head? Like, you said there was trophies, right? Would the head person of the lodge, would they want to add that to the list of trophies or something?
Well, come next session, you could definitely see if they want that.
Okay.
I would say when you've kind of come through, because you've mentioned that you've had it covered up, I believe. I could be wrong. Or is it
No, I've left it intact.
Okay, so you've just walked through with this thing. Okay, well, all I will say
Yeah.
is it was very late at night when you guys finally. Well, sorry, not late at night. It was like nightfall by the time you came into the lodge. There wasn't a lot of faces there. But hey, come the next day, the next morning, that might change. Who knows?
All right.
Sweet.
Cool.
Hey guys,
I
that was
don't
fun.
want to be lugging a head around the whole campaign.
Who knows?
Well, it'll probably start decomposing in about a week.
Taxidermy.